Hello everyone. I strongly believe that 60 to 70% of your success in prelims depends on your knowledge. But then the remaining 30 to 40%, which forms a significant number, depends on your mental frame of mind, your mental strength, and the attitude that you carry forward to the exam hall. No matter how many hours you would have spent reading, how many tests you would have taken, how many revisions would have done, but if you're not able to handle those two crucial hours, then the next one whole year will just go in vain. And it is the most productive age that you would be wasting here. I hope you understand the importance of it. Coming to the do's and don'ts, the strategy and the mindset that is required on the day of the exam, it starts from the moment you wake up in the morning. Take the blessings of your parents and God, and this will create a lot of positive vibes, and this positive vibes you need to carry it forward to the exam hall and be there just well in time. Like say 9:30 the exam starts, be there by 9. Because I have personally seen students where they're standing outside the exam gate, they're requesting the invigilators or the person in charge or the security guard, but nobody buds, even if you're late by 5 minutes. And I've personally seen when I was giving the exam, and this just simply by this you'll waste one whole year, the efforts that you've put all the way. Right, so please be on time, and also for especially when you are new to the city, make sure that you would have visited the place in advance so that you're not you are comfortably there on time. And also there are other hygiene factors that you need to look into, like making sure that you carry the hall ticket, 2 black ball point pens, your ID, photos, or and once you enter the exam hall, make sure that you are sitting on the place that is allocated to you. You have the roll number, and the number that is written on the desk is in sync. And also when you start filling the OMR sheet, be careful wherein you fill your roll numbers, the question code, all that should be properly put up, and the same should be seen in the attendance sheet as well. Because I've seen again here students who have messed up with their circle, and that creates a problem, and because of which they have lost 1 year. Right, so these are called actually hygiene factors, where it might not be very important to clear the exam, but it's a necessary factor. Just like brushing your teeth daily, this hygiene factors plays a very important role in one's success in this exam. So once you enter the exam hall, please don't go with any preconceived notions. It can be like the number of questions that you attempt, like 65, 85, 95, because ultimately it depends on the difficulty level of that year and also the performance of the other students. Right, so your motto should be to answer every question to the best of your abilities. That is the mindset in which you should actually enter the exam hall. And if you look at the cutoffs also, last 3 year cutoff, the average is around 83.7, which is roughly around 84. Last 5 years, if you take it, is around 88. Right, so if you ask me if there's any particular number that you should be attempting, I really, at least minimum I would say is 65 to 70 questions. But from that to 75, 85, 95, it depends on the difficulty level of that paper, and that you should be deciding on that day. Right, so please have this thought, and don't go with any preconceived notions like this. And also coming to the number of rounds that you need to go, like there were times where we used to go to 3 rounds, 4 rounds, but now the pattern has changed. So accordingly, 1 round and maximum can go to 2 rounds, practically speaking. So in the first round, you need to make sure that where you are 100% sure, please try to attempt these questions. And even if you are the most well-read person, you have revised Lakshmikant, Spectrum, NCERTs for 20 times, you will be able to hardly get 35 to 45 right, where you are 100% sure. The next set of questions that you will be attempting is 50%, wherein you are stuck with A or B, C or D. You have to take chances, right? Because even if you are getting 35, 40 and 100%, another 30, 40, 30 at least, you would be doing it taking on this kind of questions, and you have to take that chances. And later, then you can go to the third category criteria, where you are 33% of chances, wherein you have eliminated one, but you are not able to eliminate the other 3. So that is 1/3, which comes up to 33%, and that depends on the number of questions that you have already attempted in 50% and the 100%. So you can target it that way. And here, the other thing that I want to emphasize here is, especially when they are stuck with 2 options, most of the students come and tell me that they always tend to mark the wrong answer. From my experience, I have also done that, because once I leave that and come in the second round, I start overthinking, and more often than not, I always mark the wrong answer. But my first instinct, which has told me A is the answer, that would always be right. So please go with your instincts. mark that answer, and even if that is not working out, try to break down the core word of that core theme of the question, and try to align that core theme, that basic concept, and and mark the answer, or even relate it to current affairs and try to see which would be the answer. So this is the basis on which you can eliminate one of them in 50% of the 50% criteria of answers. And the most important thing here is gaining the momentum. So the first 2 to 3 minutes, just skim through the paper. That is what I used to also do, and I've been suggesting that to every student. Skim through the paper so that you will get a fair idea on how the questions are distributed, whether the focus is on the core subjects or is it on current affairs. And also when you keep skimming through it, you will also get to know, is there any surprise, because UPSC, as you all know, it's unpredictable, and that is the nature of the exam. And the moment you accept that reality, that you know that there'll be surprises, there'll be certain bounces, then I think that will keep you at ease. And when you are at ease, you'll be able to recollect things in a better way. Right? So accepting the reality makes you calm, gives you that confidence, right? And also you will get to know if there's a new set of questions, like last year sports and awards based questions have come, so you'll get a fair idea on that. And then you can you'll have the remaining whatever left in that 2 hours for yourself, wherein you can answer it according to your strengths, right? And also sometimes what happens is, to your bad luck, the series might start with where the questions are from ancient history, or art and culture, or medieval history, where you're not very confident, or any gray areas. It can be science and tech, which you do not have read properly. But here, gaining the momentum, that initial 15-20 minutes, is very, very important. So you should, if you're not comfortable with the initial set of questions, try to answer from 100. You go the reverse order, or from 50 first, or you can also choose a subject that you're confident, and you can start with that set of questions and go in the same pattern. Like if you're starting from 20, you can go with the 30, 40, like that. So that can also be another thing. The other most important thing that you should keep in mind before you enter the exam hall is, there is this FOMO factor which hampers the student's performance a lot. That thinking that I've not read this particular subject, I'm not confident in this subject, say I've missed out a lot of things in current affairs, I've not revised it properly, or one of the students just yesterday when I met, he told me that he has not even touched medieval history, so what should I do? So these are things that will happen. See, it's not like there's like we will have a perfect strategy, and always remember that we'll not be able to cover the syllabus in and out of it. Right? Of course, the core subjects like polity, modern history, economic geography are important to cover. But then when there's small chunks like this, even if you leave it, is still fine. There's no point in breaking your head at that moment that I've not done it, because all this will only pull your confidence down. So the entire thing should be on positive vibes, positivity and confidence that you should carry forward. And for that, you need to trust yourself as well. Right? So keep these things in mind, and also most importantly, make sure that you go through all the 100 questions in paper 1 and all the 80 questions in paper 2. That is a biggest mistake that you would be doing if you just miss out on the last 5 questions, and more often than not, to our bad luck, those 5 questions would be the easiest questions that I would not even have seen. Please don't make these mistakes. Right? And coming to the other part, that is going to the break. You have 3 hours of break, and that can make or break your the results again that year. Because what happens is, at this moment, most of the students are tempted to look at their GS1 paper, tend to discuss that. Please don't do that at all, because that will have an impact on your paper 2. And I've seen students leaving after paper 1 thinking that they're not clear, but when you look at the cutoff of this year, that gives a different story altogether. So never fight till the last moment is what I would like to say. And here there are 2 criteria of students. One criteria of students wherein they say that so such an easy paper it was, how can UPSC set this paper? Or the other criteria wherein they say that yes, I have also not done well, and this happens with a whole close friend circle, but then they play the victim card, but then when we look at the result, their name is in that list, right? So all these things happen. So this is what I meant by reality. Once you accept the reality, all these things will not impact you. Even sometimes, the benches that you sit, the room might be leaking, it's very hot, right? The teachers might be speaking in the corridor. All this is disturbing you, right? But once you understand that this is how it is, because probably you are writing in a place like say Bangalore, where the water is leaking, it might be leaking, right? because of a rains that is happening, but somewhere in say Chennai or Delhi, this might not be the effect. They're comfortably sitting and doing it. So that is what you should always keep in mind, right? All these external factors should not impact your performance on that day, because your focus should be on the question that is asked. When Virat Kohli in one of his interview was asked what is the difference between the consistent Kohli that we see today and the Kohli who entered the international stage in the initial times, all that he said is, I used to focus on the crowd and today I focus on the ball. And the ball here is the question that is right in front of you, right? And the crowd is nothing but the mentors. It can be your friends, it can be your parents, everybody apart from you is the crowd. So let the focus be on you and the question that is right in front of you, right? Please keep this in mind. And going to the last part, that is CSAT, which is an Achilles heel to many students. I understand that, and there are two things that can pull you down in CSAT. One is the selection of questions, and second part is the ego. So coming to the selection of questions, many students who go to the exam hall, what they do is they think that this is my strong area, say quant, and they try to attempt only that maximum number of questions, and they leave less time for the other areas like comprehension. Last year, quant was really tough. Even people from IITs and people who are really good in maths could not solve the questions well. Before that, the same thing had happened before that when English was really tough. So it doesn't matter whether you're from the maths background, you're from the engineering background, or you're from the literature background. All this should not matter. It's all about picking the easier questions in each category. We have three categories: math, quant, reasoning, and the comprehension. Try to pick up the easiest questions in all the three. Even if you pick up 10 questions, it is 30 questions, and you'll easily clear the exam. So all that you need is 27 net score. 27 into 2.5 is what will help you to clear the exam. So it's all about the selection of questions. So the initial 3 to 5 minutes you can just spend on selecting the questions that you are more comfortable with. And that should be the strategy. It's all about selection of the questions. And ego, just because you're an engineer, you make sure that you want to get that solution to that particular question, and you spend 4 to 5 minutes, right? 4 to 5 minutes is just a complete no here, because wherever the questions you are able to solve in 1 or 2 minutes are the questions that you need to pick up, and the moment it goes about 2 minutes, make sure that you just drop that question and go to the next one. So these are the two things that you should keep in mind. And lastly, I would like to say that prelims is a game of confidence and common sense, which plays an important role. Please keep this in mind the moment you enter the exam hall. And unlike mains or interview, you have to start from scratch there. But in prelims, it's all about identifying the right answer, which is right in front of you. So once you have this mindset, I think you will be at much ease and much comfortable, right? And believe in yourself, trust in yourself, because you know more than what you think you actually do, right? Because once you start giving the exam, all that you have read, you will not even know from where it is coming, but you will be able to get the right answer. And that is how the mind works. It can do impossible things. All that you have to do is believe in your mind, believe in yourself. So if you're confident of clearing this year, comment with an hashtag I will do it, because these are positive affirmations which can create a lot of wonders. If not for you, who else will, right? You've put in a lot of efforts, you will definitely do well. Go with confidence, and wish you all the best and good luck. Thank you.